Cancer, stage 4 metastatic breast cancer warrior. We're here to talk about my living journal. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Hit that bell and tell a friend to tell a friend. See ya in a minute.
Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah. And if I left anybody out, I apologize. I just wanted to, come in and say a few things, won't be long. So this one is about motivating and advocating. First, I just wanted to give a great big thanks to Tiger Lily Foundation. They chose me and 19 other women out of 20 cities to go to San Antonio Breast Cancer Symposium. And they also had conferences as well. Tiger Lily had their own little thing that they did as well. They had a panel as well. And if you follow me on Facebook, I shared a couple pictures. How they chose the 20 of us is they chose 20 women out of 20 cities with high disparities in the African American community or women of color community. Just so we could learn more, advocate, and network. So this was my first time going. This is my first time actually joining a foundation and learning about the foundation, learning other things about breast cancer, metastatic breast cancer. They chose majority of the women. They did not have to be, but majority of the women were under 45, African American, and they all had stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. Some people, even though I was with Tiger Lily Foundation, I also met other people and also other foundations. One foundation that I am starting to look into also is called The Breast of Us. And that's also catered to women of color. So, and I'm not separating by race or anything purposely. The reason why I'm choosing to do that is because women of color are more likely to be left out of trials for this disease. So how do you know what works best if we're left out of the trials? Or if we don't know? A lot of people in the African American community are uneducated. And also being that African American women tend to get metastatic breast cancer under age 45, and the most aggressive kind, you would think that they would have more information, or they would give more information to us about it, and we just don't know. And for someone who initially, like me or any one of us, getting this disease, if you don't know, you just don't know. How do you know what questions to ask? Because you just truly don't know. So that's what patient advocating is for. That's what I was learning more, and I'm still gonna try to educate myself and get out there more and just advocate for people, learn more, speak about it, and that's what I loved about this. the whole trip was motivating. It was exhilarating. It was humbling. It was depressing. It was in your face. Like, it was not, you were not able to forget that we're here, the Tiger Lily Foundation here, we were all stage 4. And that is a bond. I think that I met some beautiful women, and I think they will be my forever friends. It was an awe experience. I am literally speechless, and guess what? If you know me, rarely am I speechless. Well, when I get upset and stuff like that, I get speechless because I get the stuttering, and then I be like, forget it, I'm done with the conversation. But nevertheless, it was something I will never ever forget. And I just want to thank the foundation and everybody who put forth the effort, and for getting all of us down there. So now that I'm back home, I am, it's like they put fuel in my tank. They put a fire in my behind, to start going out and doing things. So I'll probably be speaking. I'm going to be looking for some places to kind of speak and make people aware. I am going to be talking to people in the grocery store. I'm going to, do it all. Because again, they chose these women in dispiriting you know what I'm saying, areas. So just to give a little bit statistics of what I've learned. I've already told you all prior to African American women have 40% more chance of more likely to die of metastatic disease. Again, because we usually get the most aggressive kind. However, we are just uneducated about trials, about clinical trials, about certain avenues or things that you need to do, your doctors, because you have to find an oncologist or a doctor that fits you. If your doctor's not telling you something accurate, or that you think is accurate, or that fits your needs, if your doctor is not helping you and asking you questions that about your lifestyle. Did you all know that 77% of African American women are single mothers? I just found that out. I was in that category before I found my husband, or before he found me. I am his rib. However, that was a big whoa to me, and the reason why that was a big whoa is because 77% of African American women are single mothers. Add breast cancer to that. Now, what goes along with being a single mom? You got to work. And keep in mind, if you're a single mother, some of us struggle. So it's not like we may have a lot of money. It's a big gap between the rich and the working poor. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of getting rid of the middle class. So a lot of single mothers with, children are struggling, or they're making ends meet, or they're living paycheck to paycheck, or whatever. So whatever they're doing, they have to go to work, right? They have to go to work. They have to maintain their bills, right? They might be the only one that, women are nurturers. So what if they have parents that need to be taken care of? What if they have siblings? What if, anything in anybody's life that you are already going through? You know what I'm saying? And then add breast cancer on top of that. Now, who's going to support you? You know what I'm saying? Who is going to be there for you when you have to go and get your chemo? Or you have to go and have surgery? Who's going to help you? And what if you have kids that are minor children? I mean, they can't. Kids are kids. As a mother, you wouldn't want this to affect their life, you know? And a lot of people choose not to tell their kids. However, in my other post, I stated I am one that is open. I tell my kids everything because I don't want anything to become a surprise, and I want to educate them along the way. So we continue to talk about these things. I think I'm spitting. If you saw that, I apologize. Let me drink some water. My mouth is a little dry. But so just think about that. The struggle. And then the struggle, you don't want to get off of work, or you don't want to take off work too long because you have to get back to things, or you working through your chemo. That sucks. That's hard for anybody. That is hard. And then on top of that, you have stage 4. Oh, that is unbearable. So, and also, I also learned, now I did know, once you have breast cancer, you have a greater chance of it coming back and metastasizing. That percentage is 30%, I found out. Just under half. However, that's a great chance that it can come back and be somewhere else in your body. So what do you do with that? What do you do with that? And how it's cancer. It's really not preventable. But we have to do genetic testing. We have to inform our friends, family about genetic testing. And do the proper things, to help you with this. A great support system is the best thing that you can have. But however, let's be realistic. Some people don't have that. You might have, find out you have stage 4 and your spouse can leave. They can't. Can you blame them? Yeah, you can, because that's the time, for better or for worse, that's the time that you really, really need them. However, that's scary. It is so scary to know that the inevitable is going to happen. However, I will never forget a woman I met. Oh, she was so young. She was young, but younger than I. She basically said, we're all here, we're all dying, but guess what? Everybody's dying. That's the whole purpose. That is the end result to everything, is death. And if you don't die, you gotta die. Unless you the Messiah and you came back. And I don't think he came back yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he came back yet. I ain't ready yet. You know what I'm saying? But that's the end result for everybody. So, some people just don't know how to handle that. Some people don't know how to cater, to nurture, to empathize, to sympathize. Some people cannot. It is a heavy load. And I have learned to appreciate my support system. I have a great support system. But if you don't, that's what patient advocacy is about. I can be there to take you to chemo and sit with you for that 2, 3, 8 hours, however long, your infusion is going to be. I can sit with you at the doctor's office if you want me to, and I can be the one asking the questions that maybe you don't know. That's what it's about. It's about a sisterhood. However, don't get it misconstrued. Men can get breast cancer too, So I'm just here just trying to put all of it out there and give answers to or ask the questions that some people may not know. Before though, I left, I asked if anybody had any questions, and I did have one question asked, and that was about women who have been maybe abused sexually, or just abused, or whatever the case may be. How do you advocate maybe, or help, or if y'all heard that, my stomach is growling. It is lunchtime right now, and I'm hungry. I should have ate before I did this. But sorry about that. But I'm gonna eat after this. I gotta order my food. But anyway, where was I? So if someone is abused, I was told, when I asked the question, I was told you meet them where they are. You can help talk to their physician about whatever the issues they're having with self-checking, or maybe self-checking for them isn't the best idea. Maybe the doctor has ideas. They also have something called trauma-informed care. I haven't really looked into that yet. I've been busy since I've been back. However, I will look into that more because that is something, that's something real. A lot of people may not talk about that, or may not be comfortable with their bodies enough to do self-check. But it is an important thing, because for me, like I told you in the earlier post, the mammogram did not catch mine. It did not. I knew something was wrong with my breast. So it is very important. To me, that's a step that I wouldn't leave out. However, everybody's different. So I will look more into that, and especially into the trauma-informed care, because I'm planning on doing a little bit more, probably speaking, and I'm sure those questions will come up a little bit more. But I'll kind of add that in as I do my research and my learning. So with that being said, when it came to the clinical trials that I was talking about, I learned that, did y'all know that 82.9% of Caucasians get the clinical trials? 83%. They're offered a little bit more. They find out about them. I don't know if it's the oncologist that's referring them a little bit more, or they find out about them, or maybe they're more educated than another person, than the average person. I'm not sure, but I do know that is a significant amount compared to 6.2% of African American women doing clinical trials. And we are the ones that have the more aggressive form. The triple negative is what is more aggressive, and that plagues the African American women, usually under 45. However, you know, with Asians and Hispanics and Native Americans, it's even less than 6%. So we live in the United States of America. This is a melting pot. You would think the clinical trials would cater to everyone, but they don't. So I just want to let you all know, even if you do have a medication, even if you do have something and it fails, you did not fail. The medicine failed. We have to get out there and educate ourselves and let these doctors know that the clinical trials, not only do we want clinical trials for metastatic breast cancer, yes, we want to be able to prevent it or to get a cure for someone who has an earlier stage. But what about the late stagers, like myself? Technically, am I a late stager? You know? Because the mammogram didn't see it. My tumor was only 1.4 centimeters, or 1.6 when I had surgery, centimeters. However, it spread. So, I mean, so what do you do? That's why I'm getting out there. I'm going to get out there and I'm going to spread the word. I am so motivated. Yeah, I don't understand. So, I just wanted again to give thanks to Tiger Lily for sending me to San Antonio, for opening my eyes. I am not the only one. I am not going through this by myself. There are more women like me, and this is the face of it. You know, this is the face of stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. I don't necessarily have to have any hair. I can walk around and look good, but turn my body inside out, somebody said. Somebody told me. Look at me from the inside out. You don't want that. You don't want this body. You know how they say don't judge a book by its cover? I'm pretty in pearls on the outside. On the inside, ugh. You know? It's a toll. It is a toll. Oh my God. Talk about bones aching. Ugh. Who wants that? You know? Who want to live like that every day? However, it is a blessing. Every day is a blessing. And I thank God that I'm here. And you should too. Because no matter what, I can wake up today and tomorrow, and you can wake up today and tomorrow, and guess what? It's not promised to any of us. Tomorrow is definitely not promised to any of us. I can, even though I have this disease, doesn't mean I'm gonna die from it. God forbid, I can go outside and get hit by a bus. You know what I'm saying? You can too. This does not define me. This is only going to put fire in my tail and help other people. We are going to beat this. This is going to go away. This is going to be another disease that, you know, it's going to be what? It used to do that. The only thing different is that, oh, how I wish my mother could have been here. You know, she passed 28 years ago. So I wish she, you know, my mother was a strong woman on the inside. And I know she wanted to fight. But guess what? Her main supporter, which was her husband, did not support her. She has sisters and everything, but what do you think? How do you think that makes you feel? You know? How that is not it's not comforting at all when you don't have anybody that you truly love right there by your side. So, I just wanted to stop by. I went over my 20 minutes. I'm at 25 minutes, so I didn't expect to even go that long. But I just wanted to give a special thanks to Tiger Lily and wanted you all to look up that foundation if you all wanted to donate. If you also want to donate to another foundation, you can donate to The Breast of Us. That is an awesome another foundation that I'm looking into. If you have any questions or if you have kind words or whatever, please drop it in the comments, and I'll talk to y'all later. You all have a Merry Christmas. I will be taking pictures and spending time with my family. So if I don't get back to you by the beginning of the year, plus I'm gonna have surgery tomorrow, guess what I get to get? I get to get 2 tatas for Christmas. Hot damn. Yes, I get to shake what my mama gave me. But you know what? I'm paying for these ones. Because the real ones tried to kill me. So don't forget stage 4. Don't forget stage 4. What? Don't forget stage 4. Don't ignore stage 4. Don't ignore stage 4. And tell a friend to tell a friend, y'all. We're going to do this thing. We are going to motivate. We're going to educate. And we're going to keep it moving. Y'all have happy holidays. Merry Christmas. And I love y'all. Toodles.